In the dark and dangerous world of Mexican organized crime, many names have become legendary. Some rose to power with violence, others with strategy. But one man built his empire quietly, carefully, and with deadly precision. His name is Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores, better known as El Chapo Isidro. Unlike Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who became world famous, Fausto Isidro remained in the shadows. Yet behind the scenes, he became one of the most powerful drug traffickers in Mexico. He controlled routes, commanded gunmen, fought wars against rival cartels, and survived where many others fell. Today, we uncover the complete story of El Chapo Isidro. Who is he? How did he rise? Why has he remained free for so long? And why do authorities consider him one of the most dangerous men in Mexico? This is the untold story of Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores. Early life. Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores nasceu in the Mexican state of Sinaloa, a region famous for producing many of the country's most feared drug lords. Sinaloa is known for rugged mountains, poor villages, and a culture where trafficking has existed for generations. For many young men there, the cartel world seemed like the only path to money, power, and respect. Little is publicly known about Fausto's childhood. Like many traffickers, his early life remains mysterious. But investigators believe he entered criminal networks at a young age. He learned the rules of the streets: loyalty, silence, violence, survival. He quickly gained a reputation for discipline and intelligence. Unlike reckless gangsters, Fausto was patient. He understood that true power came not from fame but control. Joining the Beltrán Leyva Organization, Fausto's rise began when he joined the Beltrán Leyva Organization, one of Mexico's crime groups. The Beltrán Leyva brothers were once allies of the Sinaloa cartel, but after betrayal and arrests, they turned into deadly enemies. A war exploded across Mexico. Assassinations, massacres, corruption. Entire cities fell into chaos. Fausto became a trusted operator inside this organization. He handled trafficking routes, security, and enforcement. His loyalty to the Beltrán Leyva faction helped him rise quickly. Soon, people noticed his calm personality and strategic mind. While others partied, he planned. While others bragged, he built networks. And while others attracted headlines, Fausto stayed hidden. This secrecy became his greatest weapon, becoming El Chapo Isidro. As Fausto gained power, he earned a nickname, El Chapo Isidro. The word Chapo means shorty, often given to shorter men in Mexico. But this nickname carried deeper meaning. It linked him to the feared image of power, cunning, and survival. By the early 2010s, Fausto was no longer just a lieutenant. He was becoming a cartel boss. After the deaths and arrests of many Beltrán Leyva leaders, power vacuums opened. Fausto moved fast. He took control of factions operating in Sinaloa, Sonora, Nayarit, Baja California Sur. He built alliances with local gangs and corrupt officials. He expanded smuggling routes into the United States. Authorities accused him of trafficking cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, marijuana. Millions of dollars flowed through his network. The violent cartel wars. No cartel rises without bloodshed. Fausto's expansion triggered war with rivals. His enemies included Sinaloa cartel factions, CJ Iniciales, independent traffickers, government forces. Entire regions became battlegrounds. Shootouts erupted in highways, villages, and cities. Gunmen wearing tactical gear patrolled roads. Convoys of armored vehicles moved through mountains. Bodies were left as warnings. Authorities linked Fausto's network to numerous violent incidents. Yet despite intense pressure, he survived. How? Because Fausto understood modern cartel warfare. 1. Intelligence networks. He used informants to track police and military movements. 2. Terrain advantage. Mountain strongholds made raids difficult. 3. Local support. Fear, money, and loyalty kept communities silent. 4. Decentralized cells. Even if one group fell, others continued operating. This made his organization resilient. U.S. sanctions. As his influence grew, the United States government took notice. The U.S. Treasury Department designated Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores Narcotics Kingpin Act. This meant his assets could be frozen. U.S. persons banned from dealing with him. Financial networks targeted. American authorities accused him of moving huge quantities of narcotics into the United States. They described him as a major trafficker with deep connections. His businesses and associates also came under scrutiny. But sanctions alone could not stop him. Like many cartel leaders, his operations relied on cash, front companies, corruption, rural protection zones, cross-border networks. He adapted faster than law enforcement. Why he stayed hidden. Unlike many famous narcos, Fausto avoided the spotlight. He did not seek interviews. He did not post flashy videos. He did not glorify himself publicly. This made him harder to hunt. While famous bosses became media targets, Fausto operated in silence. He reportedly changed locations often, used trusted inner circles, avoided phones, communicated through intermediaries, and stayed in regions where local terrain favored him. His greatest strength was anonymity. Many ordinary people outside Mexico had never heard his name. Yet intelligence agencies knew exactly how dangerous he was. The new generation of cartel leaders. Fausto represents a new type of cartel boss. Less celebrity, more structure, less ego, more business. Modern traffickers learned from past mistakes. Older bosses became arrogant, public, and careless. That led to arrests. But leaders like Fausto focused on compartmentalized operations, multiple alliances, financial secrecy, armed protection, flexible routes. They turned cartels into adaptive corporations of crime. This made them harder to destroy. Removing one leader no longer ends the network. Another simply takes over. Current status and legacy. Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores has long viewed. Reports over the years have linked him to continued trafficking influence. Though exact details constantly change in Mexico's fluid underworld. Cartel power shifts quickly. Allies become enemies overnight. Territories are won and lost. But one fact remains clear. Fausto survived when many giants collapsed. That alone speaks volumes. He became a symbol of the hidden narco boss. Silent, strategic, ruthless, patient. The story of Fausto Isidro Meza-Flores is not just about one man. It is about how organized crime evolves. When famous kingpins fall, quieter and smarter figures replace them. They avoid cameras. They avoid attention. and they build power in the shadows. El Chapo Isidro may not be the most famous cartel boss in history, but he may be one of the most dangerous, because the men you never hear about are often the ones controlling everything. If you enjoyed this documentary, like, subscribe, and comment below. Which cartel figure should we cover next?